All right, here's day 10. Day 10 in the Blue Letter Bible app. Bible chronologically in a year. Job in 24. I'm going to read through to 28 today. Uh, Job continues his answer from 23. And what was coming to me is presumptuousness. Where is that presumptuous sin? Is it Deuteronomy? No. Well, I think it might be Deuteronomy 17 mentions it. Numbers 14 or Numbers 15, presumptuous sin. Look it up. Put it in the comments. Somebody find that presumptuous sin in Numbers and put that in there as a warning. That's what the spirit of error is given to Eliphaz and infected his friends, where they have this presumptive spirit of error. They sound all right. These guys are saying, Lord, Lord. But they're missing. They're missing a very, very important part, and that's righteous judgment. You gotta have a crime before you start telling these guys, telling somebody something. Why? Seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty. Do they know Him and not see His days? Some remove landmarks. You know what that means? That means stealing somebody's inheritance. Removing the boundary stones, remove landmarks. They violently take away flocks. They feed thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless, and they take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way, and the poor of the earth in themselves together. Behold, the wild asses in the desert, they go forth to do their work, rising for the times for a prey. The wilderness yieldeth food for them and for their children. They reap every one his corn in their field, and they gather to the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, and they have no covering in the cold. What's his garments? His garments is his righteousness. They are wet with the showers of the mountains and embrace the rock. They are wet with showers of the mountains and embrace the rock, for they want shelter. They pluck the fatherless from the breast and take the pledge of the poor. They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry, which make oil within their walls and tread their wine presses and suffer thirst. Men groan from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded cry out. Yet God layeth not folly to them. How can they do such wicked things and nothing befalls them? Hey, Chelsea, how are you? Yeah. How? Chelsea, you might not have been logged in, but when I said at the beginning, there's something like in the beginning of 24 that's good. Some remove landmarks. He's talking about these wicked people that do all these wicked things, and like nothing bad happens to them, but they remove landmarks. That means they steal people's inheritance. If somebody is telling you fables about the Word of God, okay? If the spirit of error is upon them, okay, in this day, like it is upon Eliphaz and Job's friends, okay, and then they tell you the wrong thing and you believe something that is not true, okay, and they take you off the narrow path and put you on the wide path, they are stealing your inheritance. Okay, the murder rising with the light killeth the poor and the needy in the night as a thief in the night. The eye is also the adulterer, waiteth for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguiseth his face. In the dark they dig through the houses which they had marked for themselves. In the daytime they know us not the light. For the morning is to them as the shadow of death. If no one of them are in terrors of the shadow of death. He is swift as the waters, and their portion is cursed in the earth. And he beholdeth not the way of the vineyards. Drought and heat consume the snow waters. So doth the grave of which that have sinned. Okay, drought. Deuteronomy 32. God's doctrine, it comes as the rain and the dew. Okay, so when you have drought, you're without that good counsel. The womb shall forget him. The worm shall feed sweetly on him. Shall no more be remembered, and the wickedness shall be broken as a tree. He evileth enter the barren that beareth not, and doeth not good to the widow. Doeth not good to the widow. Doing good, doing well, is helping each other stay on the narrow path. That is doing well. I covered it in, I think, day 2. Through it be given to him in the safety. Yeah, it's part of that being your brother's keeper with Cain and Abel. Check that out. Though it be given to him in the safety, whereupon he resisteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while here on earth. Hey, I'm reading, this is Job 24 through 28 today. And it's day 10 in the Blue Letter Bible app. Mason. They are exalted for a little while, but they are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of ears of corn. And if it be not so, who will make me a liar, and who make my speech worth nothing? Okay, chapter 25. Then Bildad's going to tell him. And remember, he sounds right. He's pious. You would think he has the heart of God, but we'll find out in a couple chapters that God's like, nah. There's a couple rules. You got to have a crime. Presumptive sin or presumptiveness. I think it's in Numbers 15 or Numbers 14. Then answered Bildad the Shumite and said, Dominion and fear are with him. He maketh the peace in his high places. Is there any number of his armies, and upon whom doth not his light arise? How can man be justified with God, or how can he be clean that is born of a woman? You can't be perfect, Job. You can't be perfect. Hey, multi-gamer, I'm reading Job. I'm on chapter 25 now. This is a Blue Letter Bible app, Bible in a Year, chronological. So he's saying it, what people say today. Oh, you can't keep the 10 Commandments. Behold, even the moon as it shineth not, yet the stars are pure in his sight. How much less man that is a worm, and the son of man which is a worm? But Job answered and said, how thus you helped him that is without power? How are you helping anybody by saying that? It's the power of God unto salvation. The power of God unto salvation. That's Romans 1. How savest thou arm that has no strength? God has all that. Are you saying his arm is too short? To whom thou hast uttered these words, and whose spirit came from thee? Dead things are formed. So Job's answered him. Job's saying, what are you talking about, man? And Job, just think how beat down Job is right now. He's totally beat down. But he's coming back, and he's firing back like, no, that's bullshit. Dead things are formed, and under the waters, and the inhabitants thereof. Hell is naked before him, and destruction hath no covering. He stretcheth forth over the empty place, and he hangeth the earth upon nothing. He bindeth up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. He holdeth back the faiths of the throne, and spread his cloud upon it. He hath compassed the waters and bounds until the day and night. He has all the power of creation. And you're saying he doesn't have the power to make you clean? He doesn't have the power to turn you from that wretched thing you used to be? Matthew 5:48, be perfect be perfect. That's in red letters, folks. They're telling you you can't be perfect. Of course, man, we're going to stumble and fall. But 1 John 2, what is that, 1 through 3? We have an advocate with the Father who understands what we're going through. We have an advocate with the Father. He's the propitiation of our sins. And if you say you're in him and you're letting somebody tell you you can't keep the commandments, oh, nobody can keep the commandments. Job's rebuking that right now. They are a liar and the truth is not in them. I think that's 1 John 2, verse 4 or something. He divided the sea with the power. In his understanding, he will smite thee through the proud. Through the proud. Man, pride is bad, bad, bad. By his spirit he hath garnished the heavens, and his hand is raised and formed the crooked serpent. Lo, these are the parts of his ways, but how little a portion is heard of him. How little a portion is heard of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand? Moreover, Job continued his parable and said, As God liveth, who hath taken away my judgment, and the Almighty who hath vexed my soul, and all the while my breath is in me, and my spirit of God is in my nostrils. The lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit. For God forbid that I should justify you till I die. I will not remove my integrity from me. My righteousness I hold fast, and I will not let it go of my heart. I shall not reproach me as long as I live. Let mine enemy be as the wicked, and he rises up against me and the unrighteous. For what is the hope of the hypocrite? Though he hath gained when he walketh away his soul. Will God hear his cry when his troubleth come upon him? Will God hear his cry? Will he delighteth himself, the Almighty? Will he call upon God? Will I teach you by the hand of God that which is the Almighty? I will not conceal. Behold, all ye yourselves have seen it. Why then are ye thus altogether vain? Why are ye all together vain? This is the portion of the wicked man with God, and he heritage of the oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. You can't judge this book by the cover, okay? These folks might be out there multiplying. They might have big fancy houses and all this stuff, but his children be multiplied, it'll be for the sword. Those that remaineth of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he heaped up silver as dust, and he prepared the raiment as clay. He may prepare it, but just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. He buildeth his house as a moth, and the booth that is the keeper maketh. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. Terrors take a hold on him, as waters a tempest. Stealeth him away in the night. The east wind carrieth him away, and he departeth as a storm hurled out of him his place. For God shall cast upon him and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clasp their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place. They shall hiss him out of his place. Yeah. They hiss as they go by Ephraim. It's like that's part of the second Exodus, I think. Surely there is a vein for this. There is a vein for the silver and a place for the gold where they are fine. Iron is taken out of the earth, and brass is molten out of the stone. He setteth an end to the darkness, and searcheth out the perfection of the stones of darkness and the shadow of death. The flood breaketh from out of the inhabitant. The waters forgotten. The waters forgotten of the foot. They are dried up. They are gone away from men. Okay, the flood breaketh out from the inhabitant, even the waters forgotten of the foot. Okay, the waters, that is the water of Horeb, the living water. Okay, his word, they are dried up. Okay, just as today, his word is dried up. They are gone away from men. People no longer have this knowledge. As for the earth, out of it cometh bread, and under is turned up as were fire. The stones of it were in place of sapphire, and it has the dust of gold. There is a path which no fowl knoweth, which the vulture's eye hath not seen. The narrow path, straight as the gate. The lion's whelps are not trodden, nor the fierce lion pass by it. He putteth forth his hand upon the rock. He overturneth the mountains by the roots. He cutteth out the rivers among the rocks, and his eyes see the precious thing. He bindeth the floods from overflowing, and the thing that is hidden he bringeth forth to light. But where shall wisdom be found, and where the place of understanding? Where the man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. Oh man. And the depth saith, it is not in me, and the sea saith, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither silver be weighed for the price thereof. It cannot be valued with gold or ophir or precious onyx or sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. No mention shall be made of the coral or the pearls, or the price of wisdom is above rubies. For topaz and Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom? And where is the place of understanding? Seeing it is hid from the eyes of all living, and kept close from the fowls of the air, destruction and death say, we have heard fame thereof, and with our ears, and God understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. For he looketh to the ends of the earth, and seeth under the whole heaven, to make the weight for thy winds. He waveth the waters by thy measure. He made a decree for the rain, and a way for the lightning of the thunder. When did he see it? He declared it. He prepared it. Yea, he searched it out. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. Following the 10 Commandments is wisdom. And depart from evil. Depart from evil is understanding. Moreover, Job continued his parable and said, I think this is verse 29. I think this was 24 to 20. I'll just read 29 anyway. Moreover, Job continued a parable and said, oh, that I were in months and past, and in the days when God preserved me, and his candle shined upon my head, and I walked by his light. I walked through the darkness. Those that hateth their brother are in darkness. Okay, that's 1 John. Those that hateth their brother are in darkness. Okay. 1 John's getting that from Leviticus 19. You hateth your brother if you do not rebuke his sin and suffer the sin upon him. If you let him be in a sin, you hate him. That path is a light to your feet. When the Almighty was with me, and when the children were about me, when I washed my steps but with waters, and the rock poured me out as rivers of oil, when I went to the gate, through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street. The young men saw me and hid themselves, and aged arose and stood up. The princes refrained talking and laid their hands on their mouth. Jay, with your dirty mouth, filthy. Nobles held their peace, and their tongues cleaved to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard me, they saw it, they blessed me. And when the eye saw me, they gave witness to me. Because I delivered the poor that cried and the fatherless, and him that had none to help him. The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put on righteousness, and it clothed me. My judgment was a robe as a diadem. That language is used throughout, folks. My judgment was as a robe and as a diadem, as a jewel. I was eyes to the blind and feet I was to the lame. Eyes to the blind. For them that can see, let them see. For them that can hear, let them hear. I was a father to the poor, which I knew not, I searched out. And I was a father to the poor. What are you supposed to do? You will teach them these commandments. You'll speak about them day and night. They will be as frontlets on your eyes and on your hands. You'll teach your children these commandments. And I break the jaws of the wicked and plucked out the spoil of his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my nest, and I shall multiply my days as sand. My root was spread out by the waters, and the dew lay upon my branch. I was spread out by the waters. The waters is his word, man. And the dew is his doctrine. Deuteronomy 32, I think it's like verse 3. My glory. Here, let me just read that. I got that right here handy. Oh, pretty close. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Because we're going to hear it over and over again. Okay, here's Deuteronomy 32. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and O hear ye earth, and the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. And my speech shall distill as the dew, and the small rain upon the tender herb, and the showers upon the grass, because I will publish the name of Jehovah. Ascribe ye greatness unto our God. Booyah. Oh, my root was spread out by the waters, and the dew lay all night upon my branch. My glory was fresh in me, and my bow was renewed in my hand. Unto me men gave ear and wanted, and kept silence at my counsel. Yeah, they didn't pipe up like these wicked people in the comments. And after my words, they spake not again, and my speech dropped upon them. And they waited for me as the rain, and they opened their mouths wide for the latter rain. What's the latter rain? It's when people will have knowledge in the latter days. Knowledge will increase. That's what it says in Daniel chapter 12. Knowledge will increase, but very few will hear it. Very few will hear it. And they waited for me. As for the rain, they opened their mouths wide for the latter rain. And if I laughed on them, they believed it not. And the light of my countenance cast they not down. I chose out of their way and sat chief and dwelt as a king in the army, one that comforteth the mourners. Booyah. Okay. Yeah, that's Job 29. And it is awesome. Okay. Job was a judge at the gate. He was a king. That's why when the young came and the princes came by, they tried to avoid him. Because darkness fleeth from the light. All right, guys. Job 30 and on is after that. That'll be the next day. All right, this was day 10. Blue Letter Bible app, Bible in a Year, chronological. Chronologically, when you read this stuff, it makes way more sense. The Bible is jumbled up. Okay? It's pieced here and pieced there and pieced here and pieced there. If you read it chronologically, which the folks at Blue Letter Bible app have put together for us, and I believe they did a pretty good job, it makes way more sense like a story. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you.